It's often very useful to be able to speed up or slow down your clips for various reasons. So let's take a look at how to do that. I'm going to go into my 9.11 keyword collection and load my Speed Effects Begin project. And here I have several clips that will add some speed effects to. Now, speed is another one of those characteristics that is baked into every clip, so I don't need to add it. If I would like to slow this clip down, this flag billowing in the breeze, I can simply select it and then press Command-R to open up the retiming tool. And right now I'm at normal 100% speed. I can choose one of the speeds within this slow menu. So if I wanted to slow it down by 50%, I could choose that. And now the clip doubles in the timeline in length because now we're at 50% speed. I can also choose a custom speed. So I can go into my custom menu and I can go in forward or reverse and I can choose the rate. So maybe I want 65%. And now I'm at 65% speed. Most people, however, prefer a more tactile method. And to do that, you just come to these bars here and then drag in and out, and you can see my speed adjust accordingly. If I want to go back to trimming the clip, performing ripple trims, and actually trimming away frames, I simply bring my cursor down to the main part of the clip, and now I'm trimming the clip. And you can see that I'm at 82% speed, but I'm just trimming away frames from the clip. If I want to go back to trimming speed, I come up to the retiming bar and drag. When I go above 100%, notice the bar turns blue and we're in faster speeds. Let me undo that though, and we'll go back to our 50% speed. And to close my retiming bar, I simply select it and press Command-R again. Let's go to this clip. Here we have side-by-sides driving through the forest. And so we know that if we wanted to speed this up, I could select it and press Command-R, or I can actually also come up to the retiming menu here. Now there are lots of options in here and we'll explore a few. Notice that if I want to choose one of the fast speeds, I certainly can. But instead of speeding up the entire clip, let's go ahead and speed up just part of it. And to do that, I select a range. So I can either mark an in and an out in my timeline, or I can use the range selection tool. So I can press R and then drag a range either way. I'm going to go back to my select tool A. And now I'm going to open up my retiming tool and I'm going to choose a fast speed. When I do that, you can see that I have normal, 800%, and normal. And I have these smooth transitions in between the segments so that it ramps from speed to speed. You can adjust the smooth transitions as well to make them happen more abruptly or more gradually. So let's take a look at this. As I play, notice that the audio speeds up with the video. Now, the nice thing of working this way is that each one of these is a trimmable segment. So if I want to adjust exactly how fast I'm going, I just grab onto my retiming bars here and drag. You can affect as many segments within a clip as you want. So if I want to speed it up again down here, I can mark an in and an out. And again, I have to come up to my retiming menu and choose another speed. I'll go ahead and do slow motion here. And it adds another segment, which again is fully editable. So as you can see, a lot of control here. I'm sure you noticed there that when I went into ultra slow motion, things got a little jerky and choppy. Remember that because I'm going to come back to that notion in just a little bit. I'll close my retiming menu for this clip, Command-R. Let's keep going. And I'm going to explore some notions of reversing motion with this clip. So I'll select it. And I can come up to my retiming menu and choose reverse clip. And now we have the smoke going back into the fire. Again, this is fully editable, so I can make it fast reverse or slow reverse. Let me undo that, Command-Z. Because I just want to mention a limitation here. If I set an in and an out and then come up to my retiming menu, reverse clip is not available. So if I wanted to do this, I would have to use my blade tool to cut this clip up and then come up and I can reverse the clip. Let me undo all of that though, because that's not exactly what I would like to do with this particular shot. I'll close the retiming menu, Command-R. What I might like to do is something that's pretty popular in sports, and that is to very quickly rewind a clip and then play it again. So let's take this mud splash. I'm going to set an in and an out around that action. And then I come up to my retiming menu, and again, I don't reverse. Instead, I'm going to rewind. And I'm going to choose faster speed here. I'll do double. So what it's done is it's taken the frames within this segment and it's repeated it here in reverse, and then it goes back to normal. And again, each one of these is fully editable as well. So I'll show you what this looks like. I'll undo that because I also want to show you instant replay. With this same segment, I'll come up to my retiming menu and choose instant replay. And remember, with rewind, we had faster speeds. With instant replay, we have slower speeds. I'll go 50%. And this is a very packaged effect. It even comes with a title, as you can see. But again, it's repeated the frames in slow motion. I'll play it so you can see. And if for some reason you wanted to edit the title, you could just select it, open up the inspector, Command 4, and you have your normal title editor here. I'll close the inspector. I'm going to come to my last clip here and notice that it's the same shot and I've applied a lot of markers. So I'm going to select it and then come to Jump Cut at Markers. And depending on what I select here, it's going to take X number of frames out at every marker. So it's going to create a lot of jump cuts. I'm going to choose 20 frames. If I zoom in here, notice that each one of these segments is fully editable, but I'll play them at 100% speed. And let's see how it goes. So we've covered a lot in the retiming menu, and you can certainly feel free to explore some more of these options. But one last thing that I want to mention is the video quality menu. This is where I can set the smoothness quality of the speed effects. If I choose normal, then when I slow down a clip, Final Cut repeats frames, which can look a little jerky if you slow it way down, and we saw that earlier. If I choose frame blending, then Final Cut actually includes these small dissolves between the frames that you've slowed down to make a smoother result. It does take a little longer to render, though. And then finally, there's optical flow, which actually creates new pixels by analyzing the vectors of movement. And this takes a long time to render, but the results are amazing. And we'll discuss rendering a little bit later in this chapter, but just keep that in mind. So as you can see, there are quite a few creative ways to affect the speed of your clips in Final Cut Pro 10.